What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins just come back from Ellen Road. Virtually West Ham 2, Leeds 1. Matt, a fully deserved win, a game we was in control of. And you've got to give Moyes a bit of credit because it was a bit of a masterclass tonight, changing the formation.
I mean, brilliant. I mean, it's weird that we're actually getting used to saying it was a well-deserved win. It's a long time since we've been able to say that, no? And yeah, credit where credit's due, mate. I mean, we're finally becoming that nitty-gritty, hard-to-beat team that we all thought that we would become when Bilic came in, and we never really did. But finally, credit to Moyes and credit to all the staff and the players for getting on board. And like you say, the masterclass that he put on, the four at the back, I think everyone was really happy about seeing Benrahma in the team, though. But when they saw four at the back, I think all of us were a little bit worried, no?
Yeah, I suppose a little bit. The thing is with it, Matt, is I think it was a good balance tonight between creativity, hard work, and all that. Because I thought Said Benrahma was absolutely magnificent. He was my man of the match. Every time he got the ball, they was terrified of him.
Well, like we talked about a couple of weeks ago against Villa, we said, "Where's our Grealish?" He was sitting on the bench, and now he's in the team. And I mean, you can see why he got 17 goals last year in the Championship, because he's not afraid to have a pop. He puts balls around. Okay, maybe in the first half, some of his pass selection at the final ball let him down a tiny bit, but it was a soaking wet field. It wasn't easy for any creative player on a day like today. But I mean, like you say, he's just what we needed. And, we talked a couple of weeks ago again about how Bowen had dropped off and he got that rocket up his arse, and now he's playing brilliantly again. Well, maybe seeing that Masuaku's going to be out for a while, hopefully this will put a rocket in Fornal's arse. Because, we like him for his hard work. We like him for what he gives to the team. But we're getting to that stage where these little misses that he's making, that little bit of lack of calm, to play around Haller, if we're going to have Haller up there, is going to cost us. So, I mean, I really hope that we can build on this, because absolutely buzzing, mate. I mean, it was a really, really well-deserved win. Defensively, like you said, a back four. Cresswell, got to give a huge amount of respect to Cresswell, adapted back into the back four. Ogbonna with the goal. Balbuena, again, defensively. I mean, he recovered wonderfully from that slip-up from Cresswell. And I thought, I was leaping across the room. I thought that was already gone in, that blinding header that he put across, but Meslier came out of nowhere to get that. But wow, I mean, Souček back box to box like he is. And when you play Leeds, I mean, I'm a big fan of Bielsa. I followed him for many years, but his team and his teams in general and Leeds are poor at set pieces, so that's where we really hit him today, don't you think?
Absolutely, mate. Just before this game, 42% of their goals had been conceded from set pieces, and another 2 tonight. Yeah,
I didn't know it was that bad. But I mean, imagine one thing to say. I mean, they had injuries with Koch, their central defender, and Llorente that came in to cover him, so they had Ayling in the back four. But I mean, I just think that would have been a brilliant game for Antonio. Could you imagine if we had had Michail Antonio?
I think he would have run them ragged tonight. That's the only negative for me tonight, I think, from the performance is the performance of Sebastian Haller. I don't want to mention it too much because I think there's a lot to be positive about, but he needs to buck up his ideas. That's all I will say.
Exactly. Game of 2 halves. First half, not so great. Second half. And the difference
last 5 minutes, he was fucking brilliant.
If only you could just copy and paste that, we could just copy, or like with the Roadrunner, copy and paste the background and just continue that for the whole 90 minutes. Yeah. But that's the difference. If you've got Benrahma around him, I think it will benefit him a lot, And for example, personally, I might have done, wonderful, no criticism to Moyes. Maybe at half-time, I would have taken off Fornals, would have stuck Lanzini on, so we could have seen Lanzini and Benrahma playing around in there with Bowen, and then given Haller 15, 20 minutes to say, you know what, now you've got the players around you that will play to you like you want the ball. Now is your time to go for it. And I mean, again, unlucky with the overhead kick. It shows he's got the talent and it shows he's got the skill. I mean, we just don't want him to turn into a Fernando Torres when he went to Chelsea, or because I mean that will really hurt us. And right now, how we don't have another option as a striker. I mean, we've got to go into the transfer market in January. I mean, without a doubt. Nothing against Antonio, but we can't rely on him because of his hamstrings. And I think Haller, a little bit of competition and a little bit of a plan B just to get us off the bench there with someone. I mean, do you think Moyes will go in for King?
I think he's got a, when you look at the former finals and you know the injury record of they're just sharing the chances now on the TV. I mean, there was some shockers there from Haller, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I compare us without Antonio. I compare us to like a butter knife. You know what I mean? You know, we just lack that cutting edge. You know,
yeah,
we
you're
get
right.
the chances,
Yeah, right.
and because you know Antonio will hit 2 into the stands, but the other 2 will absolutely rocket into a corner. You know, and that's what we just lack, that little, like we talked about so many times.
No, I'm just looking at that, mate. It's 5. I mean, that's 5 really good chances. Really good chances. You got to at least be taking 1 or 2 of them. You know.
Well, hopefully, if Benrahma gets a couple of good games behind him, you know, gets into real match fitness, because it's difficult to ask him to do miracles. And like you said, for me, I thought he was man of the match too. But when he gets into that real match form, you know, and hopefully Moyes will keep him in the team, then let's see how he goes there. I'd love to see him get a couple of goals in. You could see that cheeky free kick that he took. You know, nearly got something out of the bag there, where he hit it to the, you know, from the left-hand side, and he hit it to the goalkeeper's nearest post. So he's got that cheekiness that I think we've lacked since Payet. No, because hopefully he could be our new Payet. Give us that little bit of creativity. Give us that little bit of creativity and cheekiness that we look for in Felipe Anderson, but we never really got, did we?
No, that's right. Matt, thank you very much for joining us tonight, mate. I really enjoyed our chats.
Take care, mate. Perfect way to start the weekend, no?
Of course. Have a good weekend, mate.